for the next generation portable, and it is truly a revolutionary change in the mobile gaming industry. There are just a billion new features, and I'm going to try and hit them all. I hope I don't forget any, but there's just so much to mention that it's just really crazy. So, the first thing I'm going to mention is that the new NGP features dual analog sticks, which is amazing for any of us who play on first-person shooters or third-person shooters. I know when I first got my PSP, I liked to play Star Wars Battlefront, but the controls were pathetic, using only one stick and only two triggers. I think there were still only two trigger keys, one on each side, but that's not as big of a deal with the second analog stick being added on. So that's just a whole new dimension of controls. And I know there's been compensations. I haven't been totally happy with those, but I think that the new NGP is going to just totally blow the old PSP out of the water in that regard. Now the second thing I noticed was the screen. The screen on the NGP has a resolution similar to the iPod Touch 4, which means it's using retina technology, or the retina theory, which is that you can't make a screen any better than the human eye can actually see it, so you shouldn't be able to even distinguish the pixels on this new NGP system, which is going to be purely amazing, have PS3 quality graphics on a handheld. The screen is also completely multi-touch enabled, which should help it become just a slightly more used general purpose gaming thing. You know, it's something that the 3DS has always boasted over the PlayStation Portable, and just something we can say we're even in now. What else is there? This touchpad also, so that when you're playing a game, you can reach around to the back instead of having to touch the actual screen, block your view. You can also do the exact same controls that are found on the touchscreen on a back touchpad, which is going to be a pretty cool feature as well. I'm interested to see how that's implemented. If it's implemented very well, then it could be a really amazing feature. If it's implemented poorly, it could be a pain. Just not good, like games that force you to do all kinds of crazy stuff on the back without you really being able to see it. And you know, it'd be good if it's used but not overused to an extreme degree. Inside, this thing also features an accelerometer, which is another feature from the iPod Touch. And if you don't have an iPod Touch or have never heard of an accelerometer, basically what it is it's a device that measures the tilt of your PSP, your iPod, or whatever you might be using, so that you can tilt it forward, backward, and it'll know. And it's very useful on iPod games, especially on flight kind of games. And that would be pretty cool to have Flight Sim on a PSP, using all the different controls and stuff that are possible. Just be completely crazy. Have some epic shoot 'em down fighter kind of pilot kind of games, which is, you know, something I haven't seen much of that recently. Really the only pilot kind of game I have is like through an old Game Boy, and it's not the quality that I'd like, so I don't play that ever. I haven't picked up a Game Boy in a really long time. Inside, we're also going with a quad-core processor that is rivaling a lot of computers, completely beats all of the phones out there on the market, and should be able to power some insane graphics, like PSP quality, or PS3 quality, which, you know, is something that Sony's always been really ahead of, and it's all up to those game manufacturers, once again, take advantage of it. So I feel like the PS3, as well as the PS3 is not being taken advantage of, as opposed to like the Xbox, taking advantage of its superior video quality abilities, just having some, because the PS3 is capable of truly amazing graphics, but we don't see those, which I think is sort of unfair. Hope the same doesn't happen with this new NGP. What else do we have here? Looking at it, we have 3G signal on this thing, so you can use it wherever you go. You're not going to be forced to use that 3G signal. You're not going to be forced to pay for it. And if you're going to have it, there's a decent chance, I don't know, I'm really hoping that it would be free, so you can go and play PSN wherever you go without having to pay. And I would also really hope that they aren't going to link up with a certain carrier like the iPhone did with AT&T for a while, because I think that'll first of all hurt their sales, as well as hurt the players who don't want to pay. It's one of the great things about PlayStation Network and such is that you don't have to pay. You also have Wi-Fi, like the old PSP, and hopefully it's a little bit better, because the Wi-Fi on the PSP was not amazing by any means. It wasn't really even good, but yeah, it was still Wi-Fi, and so you'll be able to connect to the PlayStation Network for this. You'll also be able to use the PlayStation Store, which is where you're going to be getting all your games from. And I'm not a huge fan of the digital games. I'm sort of hoping they have some sort of plugin like the DS does, because the DS plugins are pretty small and convenient to use. I like my UMDs. It makes me feel like I actually have the games and not just software. But you know, one way or the other, it should be. It's better than the PSP Go. It's got a much larger hard drive. Specs are not completely specific on that, but you're going to be able to do more games than on the PSP Go. Major shortcoming of that system. We also have forward and back cameras on this thing. So you're going to be able to record videos, record pictures, and also use what they call virtual reality. And I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work, but it's going to be similar to the PlayStation Eye, PlayStation Move kind of stuff that they featured on their consoles, except much more miniaturized. And I'm thinking you're also going to be able to like video call and FaceTime, just to help communicate to people. They said that there's going to be some more social networking stuff included on this version of the PSP. Alright, well that's just about all the features I can think of. I'm very excited for this system. I'm going to buy one as soon as they come out this holiday season. And I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you're excited for the PSP system, or the NGP system. And I'll see you guys later.